Good evening. Good evening. My name is Terrence Williams, and we're coming in to teach you how to deal.
Terrence, we live.
I know,
You
but I'm
get
just
my
playing.
nerves. Hey, okay, guys, we would love to welcome you to
This episode,
of
beautifully,
Blended.
we in the house,
Beautifully blended with your girl Nikita B.
and I am your host, Big T, Terrence Williams. I'm in the house.
Y'all, come get your uncle now. He doing too much.
We in here.
What's going on, y'all?
I know it's been a long day, and everybody's waiting to see who's president.
Terrence don't start it. It's been a long day, and we understand, guys. And we said, you know what? We're going to hop on, and we're going to love on y'all for a little bit, and we just want to be able to add value to your night, give you some amazing information, and about some things that we have coming up, and to serve y'all in the way that we do. For those of you who are, you like the glass, thank you. For those of you who are familiar with us, we like to thank you for rocking with us. For those of you who are new, welcome.
Welcome.
You're welcome once.
Twice.
3 times,
You
you're
are
welcome. Okay? And for those, this is your very first time, make sure you put first timer so we can welcome you accordingly. And if you're watching the replay, then simply type replay in the comment bar. Right now, we're live.
We are live.
And we are excited to be here. We are grateful to be here. And we are thankful that you guys are here. Right?
In the Williams studio.
In the Williams studio, baby. What's going on, everybody? Real quickly, guys, put in the comment bar where you're tuning in from. Put in the comment bar where you're tuning in from. You already know it's going to be one of them kind of nights,
Where
baby.
you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you checking in from? Where you at? Where you at? Where y'all coming from? Where you coming from? Where you coming from?
See, this you can't drink out of no more short glasses before we go live. Because he usually don't be
Hello,
doing all
thank you
this.
for your first
Hey,
time.
first time. Hey,
Thank
Sophia.
y'all for tuning in.
Kansas, Florida, Tampa, Charlotte. What's up, Charlotte?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Dallas, Georgia. Y'all got my mixed drink? Who playing? Not me. Connecticut. Illinois. She said Austin, Texas, baby.
Texas
Kansas
in the
City,
house.
Missouri.
Lancaster, South Carolina. I see you, Lancaster.
What's up, Lancaster?
I see you, Arkansas. I see you.
Athena, Georgia.
We love y'all right back.
Woo,
Wilmington,
baby,
South
strong.
Carolina. I see you. I see you, Connecticut. Winsboro, Illinois. I see y'all in here. I see you, New York. I see you. I see you.
Your uncle done had some liquid courage. I'm going to tell y'all that
I
right
see you,
now because
California.
he's on one.
You know
Startsville,
what?
Mississippi, huh?
I am excited because you know what? This is what's gonna happen.
Don't start saying crazy
No,
stuff.
I'm just
then.
you know what happened.
What?
I'm just gonna say this right here, and I'm leaving it
No,
alone.
we ain't finna do that.
What I'm gonna say?
Something controversial or silly or crazy or something.
I ain't gonna say nothing controversial, baby. I ain't gonna say nothing.
What you finna say, Terrence?
You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job.
Cause you detaining me for nothing.
President,
Terrence don't be doing that.
you about to lose
So
your
why you gotta say all the other ad lib stuff?
Okay, baby. I can't even say about
That's
to
what
lose
I'm.
your
That's
job.
what I'm saying though. That we are on here
I can't even say
to
nothing.
talk to y'all about
Stop
how
her,
to
I
build
see
a
you.
healthy blended family. And these
Okay.
are the things you go through when you blend.
Maryland, I see you in here, Maryland.
When you're blending, these are the
I
things
see you,
you're going
St.
through.
Louis, Missouri.
Don't try to over talk me, because that's what I'm talking about, y'all. This is what I've been going through all day.
Mississippi in the house. Mississippi. Texas in the house. Okay, babe.
Y'all see him? When he drinks out of short glasses,
Babe.
it never turns
Calm
out
down.
well. Oh, now he want me to calm down, but he was just calmed up.
That ain't nothing but tea.
That's
babe.
communion.
That's tea.
Drinking the wine,
That's sweet tea.
the
babe.
wine.
That is sweet tea.
Drinking the wine, it
Oh, my
ain't
God.
holy wine.
And
Oh,
you
huh?
gonna think they had these people out here thinking I'm drinking something.
I wouldn't dare want y'all to think he's drinking nothing.
Oh my God.
I would not dare.
Oh my God.
Terrence, you a grown man, honey. You just turned 45. Speaking of 45, what he about to do?
45?
Uh-huh.
You about to lose your job.
Huh?
You about to lose your job.
Oh my!
You about to lose your job.
What? Cause you detained me for nothing. But we just keep being hopeful. Is what we're doing. We being hopeful.
We being prayerful.
We're being prayerful, but whichever way it goes,
New
we
Jersey,
know
I
that
see you, New
God
Jersey.
is still in control.
He's still in charge.
He's still in charge.
He's still in charge.
Of my life.
He's
We got a
still in
song
charge.
for everything too.
No matter what, he's still in charge.
Oh my, he's still in charge.
Hey, what's up, family? What's up? I see y'all out here. We love y'all too.
Yeah, we love y'all too. But we're going to go ahead and go into it. First of all, we'd like to come to you with the announcements. On behalf of the Tell Mary Not to Weep, Martha Not to Moan, used to be Sinners Missionary Baptist Episcopal Church of God in Christ, non-denominational.
Non-denominational.
All are welcome. We rose to announce that Beautifully Blended is going to higher heights.
Yes, we
are.
are.
Oh my God.
Yes, we are.
We are doing different things now.
Thank you,
We
Lord.
are bringing fun back to families.
Yes.
We have programs.
Thank you,
we
Lord
also
Jesus. Thank you.
will be doing live events without the extra, ad-libbing. We'll be having live events as well, guys. We are super excited about it. We're going to have a private platform for you guys. For those of you who desire to blend. For those of you who are in a blended family and you're looking for tools, you're looking for tips, you're looking for strategies, and you're looking for that place that can be secure for you. You're looking for that place where if you need to have a conversation, you don't have to worry about your conversation going any further. And you need to be like, hey, what y'all do? What happened when y'all, we need... we ain't trying to send cash apps or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
We can
Don't
talk
start
about
that.
it. We can talk about it.
Don't start that.
We can talk about it. We can talk about it.
We ain't gonna start that. Okay. But we're here to serve you. That's basically what we're here to do. And if you are a blended family and you want to be in tune with these things that we'll be doing, you want to be in tune when we about to pop out or all of that good stuff, simply text the word blended.
Blended.
To 474747.
They spell blended because some people might can't spell that blended.
Blended. B as in boy. L as in leave me alone. E as in everybody asking for something. N as in no. D as in another E and another D. BLENDED. 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 It's what some people don't do. When they get that hair with the forehead meat, they don't blend it all the way and it look like a screen porch up there.
On your forehead.
Oh my, it's what some makeup artists don't do.
You better close that
doing
screen.
your makeup,
you better close that.
but your face ain't blended with your neck. It's not blended.
It's not blended.
It's not blended.
There's a division, there's a divide.
It's a division.
There's a divide.
Oh my God.
You got to be blended, lady.
You have to be blended. Beautifully blended,
Beautifully.
that is. So just text the word blended.
Text it.
To what number?
49.
47. See, Terrence, you gotta drink water from now on.
Hey, I'm telling you, I don't know what happened. I had a brain freeze. I thought it was 49, but it's 47. 47. Blended.
Text the word blended to 47. Okay.
And when they do that, what they gonna get? Honey?
When you get that, you'll get a confirmation text. It was like, thank you for joining the Beautifully Blended Text Club from me and Terrence. From Big T and Nikita B. That's what it'll tell you.
Big T?
Big T, Al, Nikita B, we in here, right?
Yeah.
So guys, we're going to give you 3 things that you can do to build a healthy blended family, okay? To build a healthy blended family is so important that these 3 things are your blueprint. You better come through here and help me, Serena. Yes, that's what you do. Come on, Brenda and Miss Gail. Somebody put number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Come through, number 1.
Oh, and y'all, it's going to be exciting because y'all will be able to call in or you will be able to email us, okay? You'll be able to email us, like how they do those strawberry letters and different stuff like that. And you don't have to put your name or none of that stuff. You can just simply put the scenario, put the question, whatever that thing may be, and then we'll go over it in our weekly episode or whatever. And we'll show up for you guys, answer it for you. Hey, if you want to come and have a couch conversation, we'll pull you on the screen, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
we can do it.
Yeah. So, number one, in order to build this beautiful blended blueprint, it's so important. It's so important. What's number one?
You have to listen.
You have to listen.
Shut your mouth. Open your ears.
It's huge. And we're not talking about regular listening. We're talking about you actively listening. We're talking about you listening to what they are saying, whoever they may be, not listening to respond.
Right.
Right? But listening to actually hear. Like when they talking to you, hear what they have to say. Because let me tell you something. People will tell you how they feel.
Oh, yes, they will.
They'll tell you how they feel. They'll tell you what you ain't doing. They'll tell you what they sick of.
And what they ain't going to do.
They'll tell you these things. And when they tell you these things, baby, I need for you guys to listen. When I say guys, I don't just mean men. I mean man or woman. I need you to listen. Even with your children. I know we were raised that a child need to stay in their place and do as I say, not as I do, and all of this other stuff. I understand, guys. But when I tell you we live in a different time, we live in a different world, we live in a different society where these kids can go out there and they got access to anything they want to have access with.
They have access.
So you need to be able to listen to them to see if something has piqued their interest. To see if they're asking you questions about something that they normally wouldn't be asking you about. Right? Mm-hmm. It's important. A lot of times we miss the signs and we miss the marks simply because we refuse to listen. We always want to be heard. What you think about it, Terrence?
You're exactly right. You are exactly right. You have to listen. You know, sometimes we have disagreements and you fall out, and it's all because you didn't listen to what has already been relayed or already been spoken, because you you listen to react and you're not tuning in to tune in, sort of say, to what the other person is saying. So let's listen to be what you say, babe. Proactive. Proactive.
What's up, Latanya?
Listen to be proactive, so you know you can make it better. So you don't have to be back and forth with all this arguing. Listen, and like she said earlier, people will let you know when you listen how they really feel. All
right, then we'll go. Y'all give us a number 2 in the comment bar. Give us a number 2, honey.
Number 2.
Yeah, it's a family as a whole, honey. But you know, we got an emphasis, and we emphasizing on blended, because that's how we are. This what we represent. When we see a number 2, we'll give you number 2.
Number 2 is already up on Facebook Live. I got a number 2 on Facebook Live. Number 2 is on the ground.
She is Ronnie. Yes, that's my mama's name.
She sure is.
So number 2, what we got for the people, babe?
Number 2, you got the love.
Love. Okay. You get a little glass, and boy, you start singing and serenading and things.
I'm messing with you, girl.
So many things I want to tell you, but I'm afraid I don't
know. People, how you doing when I met you?
Baby, listen. You have to love. And we ain't talking about the kind of love that ends up with you being disrobed.
No, keep your robe on.
All robes have to stay on with this type of love.
During this process.
We're talking about the type of love. Listen in the way that they respond. You have a different type of love language. Mm-hmm. Some people, they want your time, and it shows that you love them. Right? Mm-hmm. Some people... they have, what you say, King, you just got to take over the song and let bro sing. Girl, he didn't know the words. I know my husband. That's love right there. Please and thank you.
Yeah, that's 15 years of love.
That's love right there, baby.
I just know the note.
Yeah, he just know how to start. Yeah, that right there. He didn't even say love. He just, That's what he said. And I wanted to,
What's the next part of it, babe?
Nah, you know I know it.
Okay.
But this is the thing. Some love languages touch.
True.
Some love languages gifts. You see what I'm saying? Some love languages affirmations. A lot of you guys don't even know the other person's love language. You just feel like, well, I'm going to give them something. And if I give them something, then they know I appreciate them. When that may not move them, they may want to hear that you love them. They may want other acts of kindness. Baby, they might see you come in and you identify that they tired. And they usually be the ones that may wash dishes, or they may be the ones that do certain stuff around the house, and you take the liberty to go and do it. To them, they was like, oh, yes, that's love right there.
That's love.
Because you're displaying acts of kindness. Or you doing certain things to let them know, I see you.
And you tap into their love language and affirm them.
What's my love language?
Doing. Keita want to do them. Your actions. Gifts don't move her. She like, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's a nice bag. Oh, that's a nice milk, babe. Babe, did you call those people?
That part, but that's me. That's how I am.
Everybody's love language is different.
Baby, I need action. You know what I'm saying? I need to know that we put one foot in front of the other. I need to know that we are growing. I need to know that we are progressing, right? Like Terrence, Terrence was showing me love in the way that he liked to be loved. That's the other thing. They will show you how they like to be loved by the way that they love on you. You feel me? Yeah. So say, for instance, Terrence is a cuddler. I can do without it. You feel what I'm saying? But because it's in his love language, he does it towards me. So when I had my aha moment, like, oh, that's what he liked.
Yeah.
So out of the blue, sometimes I just go, I lay up on him, or I might throw my arm around him. He in heaven, right? Yeah, simply because it's what he likes. So sometimes it may not even be your preference. Sometimes you're like, yeah, I don't know why they like all that. And I know.
They don't take all that. Get off of me.
Yeah.
How you on me? Move. It's hot.
But anyway, y'all, what I'm saying is, you can't just automatically dismiss it as in, I ain't doing that and stuff like that. You know why? Because when you do that, your partner feels like you're dismissing them.
Yes.
Your partner feels like you're saying, I don't have time for you. And that's huge. You don't want them having that type of feeling. Right. You don't want them, look at your daughter.
Hey, Sugarfoot.
You don't want them feeling that type way. And hey, baby, you could have spoke to me first, though. But you don't want them going through that type of stuff. You see what I'm saying?
That's true.
Then we have the last one. This is the 3 parts. We have that last one. And this one is huge. Ladies, this is something we have to, especially when you're in a blended family, because a lot of times that means you were living your life, they were living their life, and because you guys were living different lives, both of you were independent in your own right. Both of you wanted to do things the way you've been doing. You feel me? Because that's the way you've been doing it.
Right.
That's what you've been taught. You got all these kind of things. So the last one is what?
Lead, honey. Who is leading who? Boy, you can't have 2 leaders now. You got to have a leader. And you got to lead. The leader must lead.
Talking about some, Dad, your teeth are gorgeous. Yours are too, Mama. Y'all beautiful.
Oh, thank y'all.
That's your daughter. Thank you, baby. So,
love you, Sugarfoot.
The thing about it is this. It is huge that you have a leader in the house. The issue comes whenever both leaders from opposite house come under the same roof and each of you want to lead in your own way.
And the house divided, what, honey?
Will not stand.
You have to have a leader. And that's facts.
So the thing about it is this. This is what we did, and I'm just going to give it to you guys as a suggestions, right? What if food lights him up? What that mean? What if food lights him up? So how do you handle discipline? Oh, shoot.
It's going fast, isn't it?
How do you handle discipline one of you used to lead prior to becoming a unit? Ask me that again. We opened it up to questions, but I think I got it. So the last one is this, leading. Listen, guys, I don't care what you're doing. When you come together, one person is going to be better than the other in a certain area. It just works out like that. So if you identify the areas of your household, and then you identify the one who leads the best, not the one that you have to lean on, not the one that you dump on, not the one that you have to do something because you refuse to do it. We ain't talking about that mess. We ain't talking about leading by default. Okay, we ain't talking about that. We talking about the areas that you have identified that encompasses your family, because everybody's family dynamics are different. There's going to be somebody, what up though? There's going to be somebody who leads better in that area. Yep. And you will hear a lot of people that say, well, a man should do this and a woman should do this. Everybody home is set up different. Everybody's 50-50 is different. And what goes on in your house and however your house works, that's on you.
Yep.
Now, having foundation is huge though.
Everybody don't have to have y'all the same formula for the 50-50. Because like you said, like he was saying earlier, some people are stronger in different areas, so you have to have them lead in the areas that they're stronger with. Some people might be a stronger disciplinary and know how to discipline the kids in the way they should be disciplined. Some people just don't want to do it because that's not them, but the kids need to be disciplined. You need to let the person that's stronger lead in that area.
And this is a thing. This is a thing right here. I don't care which way you rock. And you may not agree with this right now, but if you rock with us long enough, you will start, okay? 3 things that are not negotiables, right? A man should provide, a man should protect, and a man should pray over his family.
Period.
Provide, protect, and pray over his family.
I don't care what nationality or race you is.
Right.
Those are the 3 foundations.
But check it out. A woman should nurture. A woman should identify the need. And a woman should also necessitate, right? What is that? The necessary things that brings that thing together. That woman is in place to help do those things. That's why I say I help meet. I'm going to meet you. We're going to help each other. But let's flip it a little bit though. What if the man falls short because of circumstances and because of whatever may be going on? It does not make him any less of who he is and the position he holds just because something circumstantial has happened.
Facts. In other words,
the man is still the man. The man is still head of household. Ooh, this right here gonna hurt. Even ladies, if you are the breadwinner of the family, even if you are the breadwinner of the family, it doesn't stop him from being head of the household. You might be able to rock it out on the outside. You might be the head chick in charge. You got it going on and all of these things. But when you come home, sis, you have to take that hat off.
Yep.
But suppose he keep falling short in that area. You determine how many times you're going to pick him up. This is what you need to understand too now. Listen, none of us are perfect. All of us have fallen short. We all have something that we can work on. We all have something that we can build on. But let's be clear. You have some people that are raggedy out there. We have some people that married for the wrong reasons. We have some people that are in situationships and call them marriages. Let's just be real about it.
Keep it a band.
But if it's something that you want to grow, baby, you got to nurture it. You got to fertilize it. And regardless of how raggedy your man may be, it does not take him away from the position that he holds. Now, you got to use good judgment, okay? You got to do things that make sense. You got to make sure that you ain't doing things that break the family down. You got to make sure that your man remains determined and does not turn into a dependent.
Facts.
When my dad lost his job, my mom went and got him one and put an end to that quick. Mom was like, never mind, I did your application.
Old school.
You see what I'm saying? But for whatever reason, and especially in our culture, right? It may happen in other cultures as well, but I've been black all my life.
So you speak on what you know.
So I speak on what I know, but I do know this: when we get aggravated and frustrated about something, we tell them everything they ain't. We remind them of their shortcomings. We tell them about how they was raised. We tell them what they lacking. We talk about stuff that we was mad at 3 years ago. We gonna bring that on up. And another thing, never use that sentence right there. When you use that, you already know you letting the devil use you.
You letting the devil use you. This is the thing. When you're trying to build, you have to be cognitive of what you're saying. Because this is whatever you say, you're leaving it on that blueprint of the other person. And if you're trying to build, why would you do anything to try to tear someone down?
That's a great question, Michelle. She said, how do you how do you handle a man that doesn't have a strong personality to lead? Believe it or not, that's how me and Terrence was. Terrence is very passive.
I'm very passive.
Terrence, he doesn't want issues. He doesn't want people arguing. He doesn't want trouble or whatever.
I like
you.
peace.
You know what I did though? You know what I did? I didn't give an ultimatum or anything like that, but we had to have a conversation, and our conversation included boundaries. Our conversations included what we were going to agree with. If this happened, we are agreeing with this.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? And regardless if he shifted or not, I stayed consistent with what we decided on.
Yep.
Because although he was passive, I was not.
No, Keita's not passive.
You see what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, this is the thing too. When you get frustrated and aggravated and like, darn, we talked about this and why you letting that go on and why is we doing this? No, I'm actually the Pisces. Terrence is a Scorpio.
That means I'm real passive and I don't like confrontation.
But when he get there.
When I get there, I'm going to give you what you asked for. I'm going to give you all that you asked for.
And
I'll leave room for a drink.
Oh, Terrence, please. Oh, here we go with the drinks again. So this is the thing, though. You have to learn to attack the issue and not the person.
Yes, that's a fact.
You have to address the issue and not the person. So you have to let them know, even if the person is passive, they going to love you enough to not to want you to hurt.
Right.
They going to love you enough to want things to work out, right? So you need to let them know what it is, let them know how it makes you feel, and then you guys have that conversation on how you going to handle it.
Right.
Right? Who's the disciplinarian?
It's equal.
I would say initially it's me, and then I have to get to a certain point of aggravation. And then Terrence will be like, you know what, And it also depends on what area it falls in.
Mm-hmm. It's situational.
Yeah. And it also, it depends on that. Hey, come on, Ken. Yes, baby, address the issue and not the person. That way you can put words to it. You can be descriptive. Let them know how it makes you feel. Let them know why you don't want a certain thing. Let them know that you notice patterns.
Right. That's good, man.
That works when the two agree and want it. Exactly, but we're talking about blending, right? So usually what ends up happening is when people don't agree about something and they're real consistent about bumping heads about it, either the conversation has not happened prior to, or you guys haven't even had a conversation to come to some kind of resolve, right? So like for instance, one thing that's huge, people have in-laws, right? You have your mom, dad, and they have their mom, dad, and stuff. So the conversation needs to be had. If something goes on with mom or dad, is it all right for them to come here? Some people will be like, I don't care what they say. They gonna come and they gonna do, and it will tear your family up. You need to have an idea of what that looks like for you. You need to know the limitations with having people come into your already blended home.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you need to be very mindful of that. So again, right, we said you have to listen so that you will know what's going on, know what they need, and you'll be able to fulfill their needs. You have to love, but love in a way that they'll be accepted into it. And you have to lead. You have to lead in the strengths. Like with me, that in everybody, people are going to be lacking something, right?
Mm-hmm.
People are going to lack something. Nobody's perfect. So, because I may be lacking in one area, Terrence will lead with what I'm lacking in. He may be lacking in an area. I will lead in what he's lacking in. But at the end of the day, we don't magnify the place of lack. We don't magnify that a person, they're not doing a certain thing, they're not showing up in a certain way. That's not the way that you build.
That's not the way you build.
Right? And what I'm saying is that I'm not saying you lead that person, because a person is an individual. I'm saying situations and circumstances and things of that nature. You see what I'm saying?
That's real good, man.
Do we have any questions at all? Do we have any questions at all on the blended blueprint? And of course, guys, you know you can dissect this thing, right? Because like y'all know I like to walk y'all backwards, right? So we talked about you have to listen, you have to love, and then you have to lead. So check it out, right? Baby, if you are leading your family in love, then that means that you are listening to the family's voice. So whether you do it frontwards or backwards, baby, it's so important and it's so necessary, right?
Right.
And then, guys, even like with this and like with the platform that we have or whatever, like I have been doing live streaming. What do you guys do when you can't come to an agreement on something?
We agree to disagree.
This is the thing. If you can't come to an agreement with something, I need for you to identify, like, okay, I'm hell-bent on it being this answer. He's hell-bent on it being this answer right here. So, undoubtedly, we're not going to agree. Is it benefiting us to be torn apart about this thing? Or can we agree to disagree? And how will I be able to balance and recalibrate my thinking and the way that I deal with the situation if it stays, you know, the way that it is? Right. Now, the issue comes when every time something comes up, the same person never is willing to be open, never willing to listen, and never willing to bend. Because what I can tell you is this: when a person consistently refuses to bend, you are going to bend the other person the opposite way until they snap. And that's not a good thing.
That's a fact, baby.
That's not a good thing.
Man, you preaching better than they acting.
So like, wait a minute, that's long.
Yeah, I was trying to read that.
How would you respond when folks say they weren't raised with respect and authority? What you mean? Folks always make allowance for bad behavior by saying that that's not how they were raised, however they are not at an age of maturity. Well then, no. Baby, this is the thing. If it's a child that's saying that and they're not used to being raised with authority or whatever, yeah, it seems like you're at the point where you need to be educated on what that is and what that feels like and what that does. But even in that, you have to do it with love. Because if you're talking to somebody who is used to aggression, if you're talking to somebody who's used to doing things their way and not really having to abide by certain things, I need you to go back to that thing. Listen. They already told you what they weren't used to, what they didn't have to do, and all this other stuff. So in love, you are going to have this conversation, because instead of you going in anger, frustration, and attacking the person and not the issue, remember we talked about? And then you leading in that way. You see what I'm saying? Because if they're not of age to do that, then the other parent also needs to be assisting with this, because that's foolishness, honestly.
At that point.
It's foolishness. So when someone says, I do A, B, and C, so that you can never say, I didn't do for you, is that love? No.
No. That's the circumstantial.
No. That's circumstantial. And that doesn't mean you love me.
You did it because I won't complain, because you can't say I didn't.
You doing that to condition me.
Yes.
What if you've talked to your mate about it and still doesn't make any changes and get mad when you bring it up?
Talk to your mate about it.
It depends on what it is. So they're basically saying, we talked about it. They ain't trying to do nothing different. Then they get mad whenever I bring it up.
Conversation still need to be had.
So this is the thing. And especially, guys, listen, if you're not married to that person, right? If you're not married to that person and you're dating that person, or y'all in a blended situation or whatever the case may be, you need to ask yourself, how much tolerance am I willing to have with certain stuff? Is it something that you're willing to do until death do you part? Like, I mean, for real. Nothing is obligating anybody to be in an unsafe or unsatisfying or unhealthy relationship. It's just not. You don't get a trophy for hanging in there. Right?
Right, and be miserable.
How did your children adapt to the other when you first got together? It wasn't optional.
And they love me.
You understand? No, but still though, it wasn't. This is the thing: the way that you present a thing to a child, the way that you present something to a child. Because some people, it ain't the first presentation you done gave your baby. You understand? And they tired of being presented to.
And everybody ain't your uncle now.
You know, so the way that we did, number one, you don't rush them.
Yeah.
Number two, I remember I said it wasn't optional with ours, but ours was younger, guys.
Yes.
You don't make it a requirement to accept them in the capacity of a parent. Watch me. Don't require them to accept them in the position of a parent. You require them to respect them in the position of an adult. And the more you guys grow, now it's an adult of authority. Now it's your mom's mate. You feel what I'm saying? Because if they have an active partner of parent on the outside, it's going to be different anyway, right? So you have to also make sure that you are maintaining truth. Because the fact is, they may not be their parent. The fact is, they may not like that they got to share the other parent. The fact is, they may feel like that the time that they used to have with you, they don't have, so you don't love them the way that you used to, right? Those may be facts for your child, but the truth is, I'll always love you.
Right.
The truth is, yeah, I have somebody that I'm spending time with, but guess what? It's going to also build in our family dynamics as well. It's also going to help with provision for our family as well. So you have to address the facts with truth.
Right.
And don't put too much on them at one time. They little minds can't take all that stuff.
Right. And to echo off what you're saying, like the three L's we talked about, listen to the kid. Mm-hmm. Listen to them. And as an adult, you create the narrative that they need to see, and they'll learn to love you. But you have to listen to what the child is saying.
She said, this person is 27, rude and disrespectful. That person won't be welcome in my house then. You grown. You grown. It's really that simple.
Absolutely. You won't handle me no kind of way in my house.
Not in my own house.
And you grown? Mm-mm.
Not in my own house.
But then my dad. I don't care who house it. You finna get up out of here. Willingly or unwillingly.
Why you had to say it like that though?
This my dad. That's off the movie. HL.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They said, what do you like about each other? You go first.
I love my wife. She just make me laugh. We could just be doing crazy stuff. You can make me laugh. She's my best friend. Or one of my best friends. Because my daughter, I can't say she's my only best friend because she right now.
Yeah, she's a child. She all right.
She's all right.
Yeah.
She's my best friend. We talk about everything. And I think it's wonderful.
So he likes my sense of humor.
Because she's very hilarious, really. On stage and off. My house is in a riot. I mean, we just got finished laughing before we got on this live.
And I like his attentiveness. He's very attentive. Well, we call it nosy, but when I tell you he plays close attention, he identifies things quickly. Like he knows, he anticipates my needs. Yep. And I like that.
Because if you do something to make him mad, I got you. No, I said,
Terrence, please, child. I ain't gonna bust a grape. Now he got you.
I won't bust a grape, babe.
You ain't had to.
I ain't had to. Yeah, she very pretty. You know, that's a child.
Oh, thank you.
She very pretty now.
Thank you. Do we have any other questions? Those were good questions, guys. Those were good questions. How many hemp teas per day? One?
I drink two.
No, you don't do it every day though.
Not every day.
When you give people directions, you give them the regular directions, not that mess you be doing. It's one, right? either 30 minutes before one of your meals or either an hour before you go to bed. Now me, I put 2 in mine, but I did it simply because I didn't do one yesterday. Like I done skipped a couple of days. Is what I did.
What you say? It's the glow for me. What does that mean, babe?
The glow, babe. The glow. It's the glow.
That
for me.
that tea gets you right. I can't.
So
look it up.
yeah. Men often don't talk about their emotions, right? Because of hurt. What do you suggest to avoid nagging to get them to open up? Oh, that's good. So, Terrence, you're a guy. What are some things that a woman can do to get a guy to open up that doesn't come across as nagging?
Don't rush it. Just have general conversation. Throw it in here and there. If they want to talk about it, the door will be open. But if the door don't be open and they don't have built-in hurt and you willing to wait and because you know he's a good person and you want to tear the wall down to get to the inside, let him come to you on his own term. If you can bring it up in conversation, if he wants to indulge in conversation, let the conversation take place. But if he don't keep pushing it.
But I would also say, ask yourself why you're interested in it, why you want to know. Is it because you just want to know, we being nosy, we trying to figure some stuff out, or something that he needs to work through or he needs to process? Cool. And then how does he learn? Does he learn through hearing? Does he learn through reading? Does he learn through music? Like, what is it? And then maybe you can find other literature and other things you can share with him that will assist him in it. Because sometimes, guys, believe it or not, something can be so private, they don't want to share it with your mate. You just don't want to because it may be embarrassing or it may be whatever. And you have to respect that, right?
And to echo off of that too, just because some men have hurt, they carry hurt. And it's because they don't have a platform or have anybody they care to talk to it, share it with because it's so painful. And if they're not willing to open up and give you that information, I wouldn't press it. I just let it out. Like it takes time.
It takes time, but at the same time, I may, instead of me being the one that press it or me being the one trying to pull it out and all that, like I said, give suggestions of other ways to be able to deal with it, other ways to be able to get it out. Because what you don't deal with will deal with you. Right. What you don't process, it will process you, right? Do you all have mutual friends that you associate with together? We have a few.
We have a few.
Yeah, we have a few.
I like doing a couple things. It's fun.
Thank you for answering my question on Messenger last week. You're welcome. What does it mean when his mom disrespects you when he does nothing about it? It means that his mom is out of order and so is he. That's what that means.
That's what that means.
Period. But at the same time, though, regardless of what the relationship is to another person, you got a mouth, sis. So if he's not going to be willing to stand up and say whatever to his mom without you going all the way in and getting dog dirty with it, speak up for yourself. Because this is what I want you to understand. Sometimes it may not even be that he doesn't want to take up for you. Some people were raised in such a way that saying anything to your parent or against your parent is blatant disrespect and they cannot wrap their head around it.
And this is what I think needs to happen. I think your husband needs to have a conversation with his mom. Mm-hmm. That needs
without you around
without
first.
You being present. And tell her how you make my wife feel. And you don't want to have to choose between the two. I don't, as a husband and a son, I don't want to have to choose between the two because you are my wife. Have that conversation. Because I promise you, a mama ain't going to want to lose her son.
And then at the same time, for whatever reason she feels the way that she feels and she's doing what she's doing or whatever, until she decides to get her mind right, if there's a way for you to not have to have encounters with her until whatever settles or until you guys get whatever situated, then that is the best option.
Yes.
Because you don't have to be around something that's hurting you.
Right.
You don't have to be around somebody who makes you uncomfortable. It doesn't have to be. But the issue, it's with your mother-in-law, but it's going to lie with your husband as well. How do you leave hurt and bad habits developing a past relationship behind so it doesn't affect your new relationship?
You need to speak with a counselor. You need to talk to somebody and process that. Because with that old baggage, you can't hold someone in a new relationship for the baggage that you're carrying from the old relationship. You're dealing with a totally different person who has a total different mindset. It's a total different individual. You can't hold him liable for the things and the hurt that the other person carried in the past relationship.
Right, but so a man think that, and guys may have that belief and y'all will go into another relationship and you'll try to push things to the back of your mind, but you will always be suspicious. You'll always have trust issues and different things like that, right? So she's wanting like tips, tangible information that she can process with, right? So the thing about it is this, I tell people this all the time. Y'all know I love threes. Number one, you have to identify what the hurt is. What happened and why did it make you feel that way? When you do that, you can get to the core of it. When you get to the core of it, you have to identify the facts about it versus the truth. The fact is, a person did you some type of way. They made you feel some type of way, and it hurt you and it bothered you for whatever reason. But the truth about it is, you are still available. You are worthy of being loved. You are worthy of having somebody to treat you right, and it can happen, and it will happen. A lot of times when we take one hurt into another relationship, it's because we believe the foolishness from that old relationship. Because if you don't believe a thing, you don't carry it with you.
Right. And don't carry the residue from it.
But because you are believing it, that's why you carrying it. So it's not really you taking whatever hurt or whatever from relationship to relationship. You taking that disbelief. You taking that misconception. You taking those lies with you. So that lies within you. You got to address the core.
You address the core. That's
right?
Good. That's good.
I've gotten lucky that this person is being patient with me, but I want to make sure we have actual things in place to help us work through it. What is the important thing you want your kids to learn or take from y'all?
Want our kids to learn?
I guess so.
No matter what it is that you're going through, it's not hard to have a conversation. If you feel some kind of way, let's talk about it. You don't walk around with your feelings on the shoulder because somebody at work or somebody in the world has made you feel some kind of way. Let's sit down. Let's talk. Let's break bread. Let's talk. This is what you need to do. This is how you need to fix this. So I would say communication. Communication is a big key and a big factor. Period. I don't care if it's with your mate, your children, or whatever. You got to be able to communicate. You got to be listening when they talking to you. You know, we was always taught, you do like I told you to. You do what I say do. And so you just had to act in that fashion. But today, as society has changed, you have to listen to your children, because your children are going to tell you exactly what's going on and exactly how they feel. Your spouse is going to tell you exactly how you talking to her, how you make her feel. Your husband is going to tell you exactly how you make him feel when y'all talk and have conversations. So I would say have effective communication and listen.
Yep. And I will add to that to say that be accepting. A lot of times we have an idea of what we want and what we think, but it may not be the desire of the other person. So be accepting of what they decide and support them in it, as long as it's morally correct and as long as it's ethical or whatever. Let them live their own lives and be okay with it. You understand? So let me see. Do you think it's wrong when you talk with your husband or your wife about anything, it should be confidential within the two of you? For instance, if you say something to your husband or wife about how you feel about someone in their family and they go back and tell them, like instigating the situation, isn't that like breaking your trust? If you had an agreement that it was between the two of you, then that's an issue, right? But if they were going to that person and let them know, look, this is the way you make them feel, this is how they feel about it, and I don't like it or whatever, then that's a different scenario. Now, if you feel like they did it to instigate something, are your feelings facts or are they true? The fact is they went and they said something to them. The truth may be the opposite of what you believe in.
Right.
So it goes back to you listening and you having that conversation. Now, if it was instigating, that's messy. And that's absolutely wrong.
Yeah, right. Right.
How disrespectful is it for your mate to walk off in a store and talk to someone, and when you walk up on them, he chooses not to introduce you to the person? That's very disrespectful.
Very disrespectful.
That's very disrespectful, and it will make you wonder or pose a question, why didn't you want to introduce me? But the thing is this, whatever way a person treats you at home, they will treat you like that in public. And so if they are being distant at home and you don't have that rapport, you halfway talking and you halfway doing whatever else, then there's no need to expect something different on the outside.
And to echo off what she's saying, if y'all ain't in a good place, and y'all arguing or y'all fussing and y'all disagreeing about something and he walks off and go talk to somebody else, it's probably because his head ain't in a clear space and he's feeling some kind of way. He's carrying that residue. He didn't want to introduce you because he probably was still carrying that madness.
No, but I think she's saying that they was out and they was in the store and then he walked off and went and talked to somebody else, period. Like it was just, he seen somebody, he went and talked to him, and then when she came up, he didn't introduce her.
I think
that's a problem. That's disrespectful. What does it mean when a man never wants to talk about the problems? When you say talk about the problems, it's the problems between you guys or the problems with whatever's going on in the home, that will lead to be a bigger problem. So that's something that you guys would definitely have to be able to, you have to work through that kind of thing. A relationship that does not have communication ends up being a situationship. And the word by itself sounds foolish. So you know foolishness going to come with it, right? You have to be able to have a conversation. And listen, when a man does not want to talk about something, a lot of times it's because of the way that he's being approached. It's because of the way that you respond, or it's because of the prolonged actions that come behind it. So check yourself, right? And men, when you go to your woman and she ain't want to go back and forth with you, check yourself. Because if I already know that responding to a certain conversation is going to go to the left and ruin my day and have me feeling the kind of way and all the others, I'm not finna go back and forth with that mess.
And I've learned this right here. As you go older, a no response is a response.
What to do when your spouse, adult child, is always giving the teenager advice to act a certain way toward me because she don't like me. I never did anything to her but treat her like she was one of my daughters. So let me read it again. What do you do when your spouse, adult child, is always giving the teenager advice to act a certain way towards me because she don't like me? This is a thing. First of all, that conversation needs to be had with your spouse and that adult child. But the other thing is this: you still have to have those boundaries with the teenager that's in the house, because the thing about it is this: that teenagers at the age where they can make their own decisions, where the rules, the boundaries, and all of that is set at the house, and it's not negotiable for you to negate between these things.
Right.
And then your spouse have to support you through that. But again, you have to do it in love. Right. You have to lead in a consistent way. You can't be okay with it one week and then be mad about it the next week. No, it has to be consistent.
Right.
Communication is huge, but sometimes people hear but not listen. There's a difference. Can you please explain this to the people? We already did.
I think that she might be late coming on.
We did. We explained it. What did you miss? Everything, honey. We about to get up off of here. If it's not too personal, have y'all ever gone to marital counseling? And if so, were you happy with the outcome? We have.
We did. In the beginning, we did. Because this is the thing. Like, when you coming together as one, it's hard. It's difficult because, a certain way I did things and a certain way Keita did things. When we coming together and it's going to be one head, then we building a family structure. And this is foreign to us because we never had to do it. Because how she ran her house is how she ran her house. How I ran my place is how I ran my place. But we finna blend this and put it under one roof, and we got a blended family. So it's difficult. So I would suggest to you to seek out wise counsel, or seek out someone who's done this or been through this. Because I'm telling you, in the beginning, it's rough.
It can be rough.
Can be.
So it said, if so, were you happy with the outcome? We were, but it was a time that we got counseled. We were not happy with it. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like anything else. You have to go to that person that feels right to you. You have to go to the people. I like going to people who look like me, but at the same time, I'm not against going to somebody else, because guess what? People have a different way of thinking about things, and they'll give you suggestions you never even thought of. You're like, darn, that's a good suggestion, or well, that's a good way to look at it. Whenever you are able to whenever you're able to speak to people who understand your problem but have different ways to address it, I think it's a great thing. What does it mean when he becomes emotionally distant? That means you aggravating him. I'm telling you, that means he's frustrated. You're aggravating him. And anytime a man feels annoyed, he tries to avoid.
Yep.
If he feels annoyed, he tries to avoid. So sis, this is what I would tell you to do, right? I need you to make things special for him. And men, you can do the same thing too, but a lot of times we depend on a man to do it, right? I need you to identify the things that he likes. Do small little things that'll put a smile on his face. Do little things that make him feel special as well. Because for whatever reason, we feel like that's what the man's supposed to do for us. But that thing is reciprocal. He has feelings too. He has emotions too. Everybody wants to feel appreciated. Everybody wants to feel wanted, needed, and loved. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just switch it up. Write him a love letter. Let him know all the things that you love about him. Let him know how you feel about him and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Switch it all the way up. What's your thoughts about divorce? My thoughts is sometimes it's necessary.
It's necessary. Sometimes it's
That's
necessary.
my thoughts. Sometimes you did not marry the person that you were designed to marry. Sometimes it is not a healthy situation. Sometimes it's not a safe situation. And I will never be the type of person to tell you to pray about stupid stuff that can leave you dead.
I'm telling you now, if it's not going, if you're unhappy and that person not making you happy, you regret coming home, you don't want to talk to them, y'all are not talking, guess what? Why are you putting yourself through that type of misery?
But at the same time now, sometimes it can get like that, and you have to sit back and identify what is causing that. Because it was a time me and Tance went through that.
Yeah.
We went through that, and we still together now, right? But we had to step back. We had to understand what was going on. We had to identify the facts that were going on and the truth about the matter, and we had to be able to see if it was something that we can work through, if it's something that we can build on. But at the same time, we didn't have something that was domestically violent. We didn't have something that was emotionally and physically or spiritually abusive. People go through some tough stuff out there, and they continue to go through it for the name of marriage, and not so.
Right.
Not so.
Don't do it because say, well, I'm married and we've been married. Yeah, we've been married for 15 years, but 15 of the years been hell. No.
You know what I mean? So you ask, what was the thoughts about it? My thoughts is do everything not to be divorced, but sometimes it's necessary.
Right.
You'll have people that'll disagree with us. You'll have people that may tell you something different, but they ain't the ones getting choked out or their eyes beat shut or sharing body parts with people because your spouse don't know how to keep themselves to themselves. Okay?
And I ain't sharing nothing.
Awesome. Tania said that she said, thank you for what y'all do. You've helped me so much. 34 days clean. Y'all give it up. Yes. That is huge, sis. We proud of you. What if I'm the breadwinner and he a stay-at-home dad but cheats on you and he won't give them money? But cheats on you and he won't give you money. What if... So is he the breadwinner? Wait a minute. It says, what if I was the breadwinner and stay home, and he's the stay-at-home dad, but he cheats on you, and he wants
to give them money?
To give him money?
You say them.
To give them money? Who was them? LaShawn, rewrite that question. Because I got mad reading it. Rewrite the question. Because I don't think that... Okay. Rewrite the question, baby. Do you feel a woman always has to approach the man romantically? I was asked, did I have a white liver? And I was like, what sickness is that? It was good. Girl, it's not a sickness. That's what people say when a person has a hot sex drive.
I think either you got a white liver.
Don't play with me. Don't do it to me. So the thing about...
I'm just kidding.
So the thing about it is this, Tania. If you always coming on to him, he don't feel like there's a need for him to. You always there. You ready.
It's time for the percolator.
You like that pizza, baby. You hot and ready.
Hot and ready. Hot and ready. Peace out. Oh my goodness. What we got, babe?
I'm looking now.
Just comments there.
My husband and myself have grown a lot, and we've been through it. We never gave up on each other. We were happy, grateful, and blessed. We are 8 years clean from drug addiction. That is huge.
Congratulations to you.
That is huge. Congratulations. That is huge. I'm trying to wait on you to rewrite that question, and then we're gonna close this thing out. I'm trying to figure out what was you asking me, because I don't want to think that's what you was asking me. But if it is that, then Lord knows I got a response. Have y'all enjoyed this episode of Beautifully Blended? How to build a healthy blended family. If y'all are enjoying this, type yes in the comment bar. Don't forget that if you want to be the first to know whenever we are putting things out, whenever you guys, if you want to also be included in the things that we're doing and all that good stuff, to make sure that you text the word blended to 474747. Okay?
And
text the
again,
word blended to 474747. They said yes, 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 this was everything.
And we thank y'all again for tuning in.
Hey guys, also, they said they love and appreciate our transparency. We don't mind at all. And also, if you want to join our text list, the email list, right? I want you guys to go to, when we get off of here, go to beautifully-blended.com, and you will see a place for you to put your name and your email address and all that goodness, so that we can stay in contact that way as well. Some people prefer text, some people prefer email. I prefer to have both methods.
Quick question too. If y'all would like to see this panel, Beautifully Blended, with me and Nikita, host an event for couples, come to your city or your town. Drop your name and your city in the comment.
Or either you can just drop your city.
Drop your city. City and state, so we'll know what the demographics look like. And so when this pandemic lifts us a little, we might consider coming
See,
to
I don't have a family to blend yet, but God is faithful. Yeah, heavy on the yet.
Yes.
You don't have it. If it's something you desire, it'll come.
It'll come. He said he'll give you the desires of your heart.
You late to the party, but baby, you here.
Right.
I can't find a link. You and Akintunde, I would really like to see the show. You have to go to his page.
Yeah, go to Akintunde's page.
And it's on my page too. So they said Louisville, Kentucky, Illinois,
Dallas.
Jacksonville, North Carolina, Dallas, Plano, Jackson.
We'll go back through it. And
we'll go through it.
Houston, Texas, most definitely.
Hartford, Connecticut, Houston, Texas, ATL, shawty. Ken, I gotta meet you. You a mess.
And she's an ATL. Yeah, we'll meet.
Y'all know what I like. I like to eat, honey. I might not look like it, but baby, I like to eat. So I'll be wanting to do stuff like a brunch, honey. And we can do a panel and a brunch. That's what I'll be looking at. And take some good old pictures, honey, and have good old Q&A and all that kind of stuff. That's what I be talking about.
Okay. Let's tally up these cities. And states, and we'll do a little tour.
And see what we're thinking about doing, guys, to make the best out of our time and stuff. Because, you know, it's two parts of me, right? So you have comedian Nikita B, and you also have the business builder, right? So I do know that funny comes wherever I go, because it's the foundation of what I build things on. So what I'm thinking about doing is, when we do things for a weekend or something, we might do, like on Saturday, during the day it may be one part of the event that I'm doing, and then Saturday evening may be another part. Or Saturday we might do whatever, and Sunday we might do the other part. You know what I mean? So we're going to find a way to be able to incorporate both things. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that'll be great. Okay, so we're going to go through the cities and
we'll go through it after this. But to my sis that put that on here, number one, thank you for sharing, because a lot of people wouldn't. So I thank you for sharing. I thank you for being bold. I don't want you to feel some type of way about yourself or about what you're going through, because I promise you there are things out there that people go through and that happen with people, and people be too embarrassed to put it up. So don't you feel bad about nothing. Don't you be reserved about whatever, because the person that hollered the loudest is the person that usually got hit. So don't even sweat that. But what I will tell you is this: if you are the breadwinner and he at home, and he's the at-home dad, but he's at home with the children, but he's also at home doing things with other women and then wanting you to give money and stuff like that, let me tell you something. It is better, and it is also cheaper for you to be able to withstand that foolishness and pay a babysitter to keep your child.
Yes.
You already doing it all anyway. Okay, sometimes separation is necessary, so that you'll be able to identify your self-worth. Don't lose yourself by trying to hold on to something else. I ain't say somebody. I said something. Oh, they want to be held. He holding hoes when she at work.
He might not be able to be held by her, apparently.
Well, what I'm saying is this: some things you don't have to hold on to.
No, you don't.
And a used diggling is one of them. Now, I'm sick of it. You deserve better.
Anything that's used and been used already needs to go to the garbage can.
Now, we ain't throwing everybody somebody, Terrence, now. We ain't finna be disposing of nobody in garbage canning people. Boy, bye. Would you want to be thrown away?
I won't be out here.
It don't matter, but would you want to be thrown away?
Hey.
The answer is yes or no, Terrence.
No, I won't want to be thrown away.
Right, so we can't be throwing away other people's children either. His mama still love him. Somebody love him. She love him. It don't matter. This is still her husband, so you have to be mindful when you're talking about people.
I'll pray for you.
And stuff. He's just so extra, honey. Let me go and make sure I ain't miss nothing. He get on my nerves with that. See how we be falling out and stuff right here on live.
What's that?
That's a good thing, Shay. Will they be doing the thing again here? Girl, probably not. Y'all be waiting. When y'all see something good, y'all better go ahead and get on it then and start waiting and stuff. I would love to hear more about that stage before marriage. How you prepare yourself for the next level. Should you go to counseling that early? Yes! Premarital counseling. Child, I'm finna say premarital sex. My God! Premarital counseling is amazing. How do you show you can be a good wife or husband before you get married, but without doing so much the man ever wants to take it there? This is the thing. I am a firm believer that if a person desires marriage, that person is going to desire to marry you. That thing where, oh, they don't have to do anything because you already do everything now. And you, and ain't no need for y'all to get married. If a person desires to get married, they will desire to marry you. You can show that you'll be a good husband. You can show that you'll be a good wife by being a good person, by being consistent, by following up, by listening, by loving, things of that nature. You see what I'm saying? It don't mean you got to go half on a bill and you got to do this and you got to do that if y'all not in the same house. But at the end of the day, if you in the same house, come on now. It changes things. It changes the trajectory of things. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, somebody asked a question. Slow down, babe. I ain't want to make it.
Have those type of conversations though. Have those boundary type of conversations.
What that?
Did Terrence get the tech issues resolved today? He said bonus time. I ain't fooling with Terrence.
Yeah, I'm still. I sent her an invoice. She said she gonna pay it later on this evening.
Terrence, don't get sent there.
That's what you told me, babe. You got a big invoice down on the desk. So you ain't gonna pay me.
Let's stay focused.
Okay. I ain't gonna get paid.
Tank, you don't start no mess.
I don't even think I'm gonna get paid for this job.
I got a credit with the company.
No, we don't.
Amen and good work. Good, good, good.
All right.
Awesome. So all hearts and minds clear, type clear in the comment bar. Again, guys, make sure you go to beautifully-blended.com. Leave your contact information so we can make sure that we stay on top of things with you guys. And you can also text the word blended to 474747.
5 me at 4 a.m. please. What that mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
Babe, you got to, and I'm gonna tell y'all a valuable lesson. When you do services, payment must be rendered at time of services.
They don't even know what you're talking about.
Somebody on this thing know what we're talking about. Our text clear.
Clear. Good, 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 good. We
Love
love y'all
back.
too.
Love y'all back.
Now may the Lord
Now may the Lord
watch between me and thee.
watch between me and thee
While we're absent,
while we're yet absent,
one from another.
one from another.
Here now forevermore.
Hence now and forevermore.
And we all said, amen. Yes. Oh my God. Remember, you are somebody, so am I. The Lord loves you, so do I. You are something else. I really enjoy it. Love your friendship and marriage. Unfortunately, I was put in a blended family through infidelity, so I appreciate you being transparent and showing your life with us. Columbus, Georgia. Ooh.
Love Columbus.
Listen. What is that? Shavonda? That is a good topic we are going to discuss.
Everybody say you got to pay up, babe. People saying pay up.
Let's stay focused on that.
I'm just reading the comments. Okay, that's okay. I'm just reading the comments. Huh? Yes, I do. No. Okay. I'm getting advice from.
Terrence is a preacher, child boo.
I like to lay hands on the key. Bless your heart, baby.
Go somewhere. That was a good. I'm gonna write that down, sis. We gonna cover that. Ooh, we're gonna cover that. Let me write that down. Blended through infidelity. My God. We're going to talk about that next week. Hey, sis, if you desire to, you don't have to put your contact information, your name or nothing, but send us a
message.
Yeah, rather you send a question, rather you send a scenario or whatever, so that we can cover it on next week's episode of Beautifully Blended. Thank you so much for sharing that, y'all. That's huge.
Listen,
okay,
I'm gonna tell y'all something. We all let's say carry something that can help somebody along the journey. Mm-hmm. So don't sit on what you have thinking, no, ain't nobody gonna appreciate this. Yeah, somebody is there to listen. You have your audience and you have people that you are going to be responsible for. So pass the information on. Help them help themselves.
And don't feel like you by yourself, because you're not. That's what this platform is for. This platform is to love y'all through it. This platform is to give you the confidence and the courage to do what is going to be beneficial for you and your family. And sometimes doing what is beneficial for you and your family may be difficult for you to do or fathom doing, because you don't know the way, right? And we have walked through a lot of paths. So some paths you don't have to go through anew. You can just follow the footsteps. Okay? Miss Nikita, we need you to pin your Cash App for us on the next live. Would love to sow my seed with you guys. You ain't saying nothing, baby. It's my name, Nikita Biz and Boy Williams. Yes, baby. But I sure will. Okay? So,
all right.
We're going to go ahead and go. Remember, you are somebody, so am I. The Lord loves you, so do I. Thank y'all so much for joining us on this week's episode of Beautifully Blended with Nikita B.
And I'm Big T.
Till next time, we out.
We out. Have a good night.
Good night.
Okay, I'm finna write this invoice again up.
Boy, bye.
I'm playing with you, babe.